I've been in the credit card processing business for over 5 years. And if you know anything about people that have been in this business, it's kind of a Johnny-come-lately. There's a lot that come and leave and go, particularly the guys in the big banks. You just don't have them stay. There's no personalization at all. And if you're going to have anybody that has access to your bank account, because that's what this does, make sure you know them. Make sure they're established. Make sure they've been around for a while, because this is kind of a scumbag business. And there's lots of stuff that can happen to you. How this works, there's lots of ways to do this. The terminal, like this one, can hook into a telephone line. You can have one of these that's wireless. You can use actually a cell phone now. I don't recommend it because printer's an issue, even though you can email them the receipt. It's a little hard to type in numbers, but you can do this on a cell phone now. Point of sale is a cash register, and even if you have a laptop, you can take a laptop with you and actually process credit cards. Now, how the money gets in the bank. If you swipe the card, you ever looked at the back of your card? There's a stripe. That stripe's got all your information on it. And when you swipe it, that's what we see. So we know your address, your zip code. Sometimes you have to type in a security code on the back of it. But that is what then gets sent to a credit card processing bank. And we have about 5 or 6 relationships with various banks, including if you want to do some international credit cards. We can also do that. So it gets swiped, the information goes to the credit card processing bank. They look at it, they hold it for about a day, and then they put the money right into your bank account. So as the processor, I'm the one that makes sure it gets there, make sure it gets back in your bank account, and make sure there's no fraud. So if somebody steals your card, we usually know that. And the card themselves, Visa or MasterCard, stop that, but we usually can tell too. So there's lots of ways now that if you wish to take credit cards as a merchant, you can. There's nothing that says you can't. Now, how do you get an introduction for me? If you have an existing merchant, I should say a merchant that has an existing credit card system, which a lot of them do, it's really easy. You say, how long has it been since you've checked your rates? Most people haven't done it for a while. They'll say, oh, I'm in a 3-year contract, or I really can't check my rates. Yes, you can. You should check your rates every year. And even when you're in a contract, there are ways that we can work with you, particularly if there's a lot of savings, that we can get you out of those contracts. Another thing, talking about contracts, maybe when you go with a merchant, don't sign a contract. Have it month to month. That's another thing to think about. So introduction for somebody that already has a credit card system is say, have you checked your rates? I have a friend that's in my BNI group, and she's great. She's awesome. She's been in this business a long time. She really understands it. She'll do a free analysis for you, and all you have to do is give her your credit card statement, and we'll see if you are overpaying or not. And a lot of times there's hidden things in your statements that they don't even know are there, like PCI compliance. You might get charged $80, you don't even know what it's for. Always have your rates checked. Now, if it's brand new, that's easy. Carla sees people setting up corporations, and they're probably going to need credit cards. She gives me a call and says, hey, you guys might want to talk to these people because they're brand new and they're going to need a credit card. And if you haven't done credit card services before, it's so complex that if you call 10 people, you're going to get 10 opinions. So why not go with somebody that's been in the business for over 5 years, that takes a consultative sale approach, and is transparent? We'll make sure you as a business person are not going to get taken for a ride. Some of the clients that I have as large as a whole entire hospital system, which has about 80 different merchant IDs. I mean, from a Starbucks to the flower shop to the remote doctor's office to radiology. And then I have small ones, like people that sell jewelry at fairs or at art fairs, and they usually use a wireless terminal. So it goes anywhere from great big to very small. I turn nobody down. And I'm building an online presence too. So I've been doing some branding and some marketing, and that's a whole nother business in itself on how to expand this business to do online.